Oh.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another grade 12 English First Additional Language lesson with Andiswa. So I hope everyone slept well. Let me just quickly do some shout outs here. I see we have Lesedi, good morning, and Nesta, good morning, guys. So I hope you are all well and ready to tackle another lesson. All right. So yesterday we were busy with paper 1, section A, the comprehension. And so we are going to continue, as I said. So we will continue where we left off. Okay. And yeah, so we will also be doing exercises on visual text. Okay, so just to review the content for today. So you will be getting just a revision on the guidelines to assist in reading for meaning, answering techniques, and then just practice on the 5 skills that we mentioned yesterday. And so the main part will be revising yeah, so answering a comprehension and yeah, and also visual text. Okay, so just another refresher there. So question 1 in an exam will consist of A, comprehension. So there you will get text A and text B. And question 2, you will get a summary, which we will do tomorrow. And then C, we will then focus on language structures and convention, which we will do in the coming days. Okay. And then, yeah, so let us continue. So if you remember, this is the text that we read. All right, so I'm just going to quickly read it through, okay, just to remind you and to refresh your mind. Then we will go straight to the questions, okay? And it reads as follows. In South Africa, more than 8 million children currently receive social grants from the state. The Department of Social Welfare regards 1.5 million children as orphaned or vulnerable, but only 500,000 of these children have been placed in foster care, leaving a large number still waiting to be placed. Another cause for concern is that 20,000 households in our country are headed by children. Only 1,900 children are adopted in South Africa every year. Poverty is often a root cause of child abandonment, threatening the hopes and dreams of these innocents. A mended pair of pants still shows its damage. And so it is with children who adapt to their environment, but carry scars with them throughout their lives. Yes, or rather yet, every so often, someone comes along and does a great patch-up job. Paragraph 3, they say home is where the heart is. For the children of House Jerome, in Irene. The joy on their faces is proof of this. At first glance, you would not know that many were abandoned in dirty toilets or on rubbish dumps. The family home of Basil and Delia, Fernie, serves as a shelter for abandoned babies and children seeking crisis care. Living in a household with 10 children who are not your own seems like a job for an abnormal person. Why would anyone choose this lifestyle? For the past 28 years, they have opened up their home to more than 300 children, nurtured and cared for them. Their purpose is to provide a stable place of safety, which will help prepare these children for long-term foster families or potential adoptions. Paragraph 5. The Fernies are a happy couple with a good sense of humor. After many years of being involved in children's ministries, they established House Jerome as a means to help children in need. With 4 biological children already, their home became a playground filled with love and dedication. Paragraph 6. I noticed Basil drinking coffee out of a mug with a picture of a teddy bear on it. What seems like a job that could truly drive a person insane is, in actual fact, the source of peace and contentment in their lives. Paragraph 7. One such example is a story of Jerome. At only 10 days old, he was taken to House Jerome and set up for a possible adoption. It is just a coincidence that the little boy carried the same name as the shelter. This encouraged the Fernies to adopt him as their own. Jerome was one of the first adoptions by a family from a different race, a decision that was unheard of before the 1994 elections, has become a worldwide trend in recent years. Jerome confesses his upbringing was never focused on growing up with white parents. I'm here, this is me, and this is my home. My family is just as normal as yours. Paragraph 8. Jerome has had to face a number of challenges in his life, such as attention deficit disorder, which is ADD, academic failure, and a struggle with drug addiction. Now 19, he is an optimistic young man about to write his matric. Delia notes that even though these children come with baggage, you cannot blame rejection for a child's wrongdoings. In the end, it was her love and commitment that saw Jerome through his teenage troubles. The family works closely with social workers to ensure a detailed screening process is done before all placements, and the majority are given the gift of a happy ending. Paragraph 9. While some come and go, for Basil and Delia, the joy lies in seeing how the child has grown and knowing they played a role in making a difference. Okay. Right, so that was adapted from Centered Spring 2010. Okay, so we have covered question 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so number 4, so refer to paragraph 4 using your own words. Say what Basil and Delia Fernie's 2 long-term aims are. So we've covered that as well, yes. All right, and then number 5, okay, so that's where we are going to start. Question 5, okay, so hopefully you guys are ready. Okay, so question 5, why is it important, okay, for families to have a good, rather for the Fernies to have a good sense of humor? So what do you think? So if you have the answer, please jot it down in the chat section. Okay, so why is it important for them to have a good sense of humor? Okay, so all right, just to save a bit of time, we have a lot to cover, but I will read your answers as we go. Okay, so 5.1. So you could say they need a sense of humor because their job is serious and difficult. Or you could say they need a sense of humor because seeing the funny or a lighter side of life helps them to keep going. Okay, so that's how you can approach that question. And then we move on to 5.2. In the following statement, or rather, is the following statement true or false? Give a reason to support your answer. The Fernies do not have any children of their own. Okay, so this relies in your memory. So what did the text say there? So the Fernies do not have any children of their own. Is that true or false? Lesedi? Is it true? Is it? Okay, please support your answer, Lesedi. So according to the text, so remember. So why do you say that it is true? So it is true. So they don't have children of their own. And you say it is true. They adopted Jerome. Okay. Now, it's important to read, but again, as I've said, this is online, but when you are in your exam, you will be able to refer to your, or refer to the text. So we will just go back, okay? Why is it not making, yeah, okay, so we go back. So you will see there, I think it is in the earlier paragraphs. So remember, it says that they have biological children. Okay. So it mentions there that they have 4 of their own children. So it did mention it there in the text. Okay. So just, yeah, so let's just pay more attention, okay? But as I've said, you will have enough time to refer back to your text, okay? But just make sure that before you give an answer that requires, a factual information that you refer to your text, okay? So the answer, so 5.2 is false because in the text it does say that they have biological. So there are those key words, No problem, no problem. Yeah, so you are right in that, Lesedi, they did adopt Jerome, and but it does say in the text that they have 4 children of their own. Okay, good. So we continue. Question 6, refer to paragraph 6. We are going to go back there. Let's just read the question first. Do you think the picture of the teddy bear on Fernie's mug is suitable? Give 2 reasons for your answer. So do you think a picture of the teddy bear on Fernie's mug is suitable? Give 2 reasons for your answer. Okay. So what do you think? So he has a mug, probably one of many, with a teddy bear. So do you think it is, yeah, so it's suitable for that particular house to have a mug with a teddy bear? What do you think? So I would say definitely it is, because the house is filled with children, and the children like teddy bears, right? So he's able to relate to the children, and it shows that he likes children, right? So hence he would have that. And you would score 2 marks for that. or how you would answer it, maybe, because again, it would depend on how you view this. So if you choose to say no, then you would say the picture is not suitable because Fernie is a grown up, and he should project a grown up image and not use a mug that looks childish. So it really depends. So there's no right or wrong here, but so you can choose. So it depends on what you think. So you give your opinion, but just make sure that you substantiate or you support your opinion there. Okay. So this is an easy way to score marks. But the trick would be just make sure that you always substantiate your answer and you look at the marks. Okay, what is allocated? If it's 2 marks, it's that indicates that you need to substantiate your answers. Okay. Right, and then we continue to 6.2. Write a synonym for insane. So we'll just go back. So write a synonym for insane. So that is paragraph, that's line 28. It said, right? So that's paragraph 6. So it reads, what seems like a job that could truly drive a person insane, in actual fact, the source of peace and contentment in their lives. Okay, so insane. So what do you think the answer there? Crazy. Thank you, Lesedi. Yeah, crazy. Or you can say abnormal, or you can say mad. So any of the 3 would go. Okay, well done, Lesedi. Okay. We continue to number 7, question 7. So refer to paragraph 7. What encouraged the Fernies to adopt Jerome? So that would be 1 mark. So what encouraged the Fernies to adopt Jerome? So that is paragraph 7. So I will take you there. So what encouraged the Fernies to adopt Jerome, do you think? So what do you think? So there we would say Jerome had the same name as the shelter. So let's see how you've answered. Yes, yes, thank you. Let's say you are awake. You are awake. Nice. So Jerome carried the same name of the shelter. Okay, so that is correct. That is correct. Lesedi, thank you. And question 7.2, what was unusual about Jerome's adoption? What was unusual about Jerome's adoption? Something that had been unheard of during that time, of course. So what was strange? What was unusual about Jerome's adoption? So let's hear it. Exactly. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Nesta. Thank you, Lesedi. Yes, that is correct. He was from a different race. So he was adopted by white parents. And it was not usual. We know these days, thankfully, as a rainbow nation, so children can be, in fact, they are adopted, or rather can be adopted by different races. So yes, he was adopted by a different race, which was at the time unusual. All right, thank you. Well done. And we move on to question 8. Write down any 2 difficulties Jerome has had to face in his life. So that's paragraph 8. So what were the two difficulties that are mentioned in the text? That is according to paragraph 8. So let's see. Okay, drug addiction. Yes, thank you, Lesedi. So he was addicted. What else? What else? So he was addicted to drugs, and also and ADD. Okay, I thought you meant and there. It was just a typo. So what did ADD lead him to there? So so we would say that so he had ADD and he ended up failing at school, right? So we could add that as well. Thank you, Lisedi. Yeah, so we would say that he had ADD, he failed at school, and then he was addicted to drugs. Okay, so that will go. Perfect. All right, nice job. Nice job. Lisedi is awake. Good job. Good job, Lisedi. Thank you, guys. So we continue to the next one. No, go back, go back. Right. No, we need to go back. Okay. All right. So just a moment. We just need to go back. Okay, there. So in lines 41 to 42, it is stated you cannot blame rejection for a child's wrongdoings. Do you agree? Or do you, or do you agree or disagree? So give a reason to support your answer. What do you think? So you cannot blame rejection for a child's wrongdoings. So do you agree with that? So let's hear it. Let's hear it. So it reads, you cannot, you cannot blame rejection for a child's wrongdoings. So so you can either say, so if maybe your answer is yes, okay, I'll be waiting for your answers. I'm quite interested to hear what you have to say. But in the meantime, we'll continue, okay? Okay, there. Yeah, so according to Lesedi, so that is true because it's not always the child's that is at fault. It's the parents. They weren't thinking straight. So you cannot blame, right? So you cannot blame this to the, so you cannot really put a blame on the child. Okay, so that is your opinion. Okay, so maybe another person, the city might say no, and then and the answer maybe might be Jerome might be one example of someone overcoming rejection, but sometimes the damage is lasting or permanent. Okay, so any answer will go there. Okay, so let's see. Okay. Then we will continue. Thank you guys for keeping your answers going. All right. So, okay, so we see that there are people coming in. Let's look at, before that, let's just look at the next question. Okay, so the next one, in fact, so it would be the second comprehension. I would like a reader here, okay? So I'd like a reader. Okay, so this is the second comprehension that we are going to do. Okay, so anyone who would like to read us the text, so you can just indicate by raising your hand. Okay. Okay, thank you, Lesedi. Thank you. You can unmute your mic. Must I do that? So just a moment. Okay, so you're all good? Ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Go for it.
Soul searching. Sneakers are casual shoes known as tackies. Today, these shoes are a popular choice of footwear worn by all types of people throughout the world. The first sneaker was introduced in the 1860s in the form of a specialized running shoe made of leather and spikes. By 1892, the United States Rubber Company modified the design to include a rubber sole. These shoes were mass-produced and nicknamed "sneakers" because of their soft, noiseless rubber soles. Today, the sneaker culture is worth billions of rands worldwide. The market continues to grow rapidly. A 2017 report released by Transparency Market Research expects in the global footwear market to reach over 3 trillion rands in value by 2020. It is impossible to deny that what was once street culture has turned into a mass consumer movement. The market is driven by people known as sneakerheads who collect, trade, or admire sneakers as a hobby. It is also promoted by hip-hop culture and ordinary people who love this type of footwear. The sneaker culture has risen from humble, functional beginnings to the fashion trend it is today. Converse, a sneaker manufacturer, was the first company to get celebrities to endorse their product.
Mm.
They set a marketing standard in the world of athletic footwear by adding the name of celebrity basketball player Chuck Taylor to
Mm.
the ankle patch of their all-star sneakers. What began as a subculture is now universal, and the sneaker industry's growth can be plotted alongside the rise of a music culture from the 1950s, when famous musicians wore this type of footwear. It exploded with the commercialization of hip-hop. A turning point was the release of rapper Run DMC's track My Adidas. This signified the beginning of sneakers endorsement deals for non-athletes, and what rappers wore started to become popular among the youth. Ma'am, to also add to that,
Uh-huh.
um, people like Run DMC, LL Cool J, and Cool Mo D,
Mm.
they were also one of the few people who wore Adidas.
Mm. And who would, and now it's become this huge, who doesn't own a pair of Adidas today? Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Great stuff. Yeah, it's huge. Mm. Okay, great stuff. Okay, so we continue. So this, okay, so we
Not
continue. Yeah.
not finished yet, ma'am.
Okay, so there's another one. There's another one.
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm.
Ma'am, I still need to read number 7.
Ah, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
My confusion. Yeah, hold on, hold on. There you go. Yes.
And
Okay, number 7.
from a young age, it has always been about having the coolest sneaker, but now it is also about the culture, explained Thabo and Thabiso Modiselle, founder of culture and sneaker site Yo Mzansi. We were influenced by streetwear, music, and hip-hop movies and started studying the culture and educating ourselves on major sneaker brands.
Hmm.
Next page.
Okay, next page. There it is.
Sneakers Sneaker culture continues to be influenced by basketball and hip-hop music with no signs of slowing down. Teenagers look up to a lot of musicians who can be seen on television wearing these brands. Most teenagers wear what they see on television. They will buy a pair of sneakers because they saw one of their favorite artists posted on social media or wearing them in a new music video.
Hmm.
As streetwear devotee Naledi Khadebe puts it, at the most basic level, Sneakers are a form of transport. At the highest, they are a symbol of character and status. All these shoes say something about the people who own them. They are a representation of the energy and spirit you, as an individual, want to send to the world. Sneaker brands have now changed their business models only a decade ago and now rely on the internet to promote their products. One can always find out about fresh trends on Instagram or use specific websites to order directly. Technology has made it infinitely quicker to share sneaker information and to sell them across the globe. The online shopping for sneakers have been made easy. Some people still enjoy the culture of walking into the store and trying on a pair of sneakers. However, others are moving towards online shopping because of the wide range available, regardless
Mm.
of where they are in the world. The sneaker culture is serious business. Today, sneakers go way beyond fashion or functionality. They signify who you are through the choices you make.
Mm.
Sneakers have the unique power to transcend boundaries of gender, age, and social economic standing, positioning them as the footwear of choice for millions of people.
Indeed. Yeah. Thank you. Brilliantly done, Lesedi. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Quite an
ma'am.
interesting article that. Okay, great stuff. So we shall proceed to the questions. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And before we do that, I will just pose a question. Then you can just answer in chat section. So how many sneakers do you guys have? Do you have a formal shoe? Do you actually even own a formal shoe? Or do you have more sneakers? Or maybe let me rephrase. Do you have more formal shoes than you have sneakers? So you can,
Um,
yeah. So in your case, for example,
on my side, I have a mix of both, ma'am.
okay. So you got a balance there. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And another question. So when you wear a suit, do you wear it with a formal shoe or with a sneaker?
Formal shoe, ma'am.
Really? Why don't
Yes,
I
ma'am.
believe that? Which region? Which region are you based? You're in Joburg, right?
No, ma'am. I'm in the Western Cape.
Oh, you're in the Western. Oh, so you're with us. Okay, it makes sense. It makes sense. We, the Western Cape people, are balanced, but Joburg people, they will wear their suit with sneakers. Are there any Joburg people here? Please do confirm and tell me that is true. But I do think it's true. But I think it's a cool style, actually. It's quite cool. I would do that. I would definitely rock a suit with a pair of sneakers. All right, great stuff.
Definitely,
Thank you,
ma'am.
Leslie. Thank you. Okay, so we will move over to the questions now. So 1.1.1, quote two consecutive words which indicate that sneakers were first used by athletes. So so quote two consecutive words which indicate that sneakers were used by athletes. Okay. So where in the text? So there's your clue. So they were used by athletes. So the answer there, just for the sake of time, would be a running shoe, right? So that is what they were initially. Little did they know that it would become a culture. They would become a very significant part of culture. Okay, 1.1.2, using your own words, explain why this type of footwear was named sneakers. What do you think? So, what do you think? Look at the word sneaker. So, that gives it away. So, using your own words, explain why this type of shoe or rather, footwear was named sneakers. What do you think? So in fact, so as you know that the sneakers have a soft sole, so the shoes would allow a person to sneak up on a person, noiselessly. So you wouldn't be able to hear them coming. So a person can easily sneak up on you. Okay, so they were called, yeah, exactly, because of their rubber sole. Thank you, Nesta. Thank you. Yeah, so they have a soft sole, so you can actually sneak up on a person, and they would not be able to hear you. Okay. Right. Or another answer would be these shoes do not make any noise as their soles are soft. Okay. Great. So number 1.2, what does the writer mean by turned into a mass consumer movement? Mass consumer movement. So what do you think is meant by that? So what do you think is meant by that? So it turned into a mass consumer movement. So that can only mean that, okay, so we've got an answer. Before I give mine, sneakers are worn by everyone across the globe. Exactly, right? So the buying and selling of sneakers have become widespread, right? So it's gone across the globe. Okay, and the sneaker industry has grown extensively. Okay, so it has grown so much, and so it's now it is widespread. It's gone across the globe, as Nesta indicated. Okay, so thank you, Nesta. Thank you, thank you. All right, and then 1.3, explain why the following statement is false. Sneakerheads is a brand of footwear. Why is this false? So we know that it's false. So why is it false? So first you would need to determine what a sneakerhead is there in order to get to the answer. So, and the answer would be it's false because sneakerheads are people, right? So sneakerheads would be those people who collect, who trade, who admire sneakers as a hobby, okay? Yeah, people can be a brand of footwear. Exactly. Thank you, Lesedi. So you're quite right. Yeah. So sneakerheads are people. Okay. And I have to confess, I am a sneakerhead. Okay. So I'm definitely one of those people. They are soft, they are comfortable, they are practical. You can now you're allowed to wear them with anything. You can wear sneakers with a skirt, with a dress, with shorts, with a suit. So definitely it is the best time ever. Okay, according to the sneakerhead. That is me. All right, so 1.4 refer to paragraph 5. Give 2 reasons why Converse added the name of celebrity basketball player Chuck Taylor to their sneakers. Give 2 reasons. So that's based on paragraph 5. Okay, why do you think Converse added the name of celebrity basketball player Chuck Taylor? Okay, so let's go back to paragraph 5. Okay. So Converse, a sneaker manufacturer, was the first company to get celebrities to endorse their product. They set a marketing standard in the world of athletic footwear by adding the name of celebrity basketball player Chuck Taylor to the ankle patch of their all-star sneakers, which many of us have, huh? Okay, exactly. So he was the first person to endorse All Stars. Thank you, Lesedi. And Nesta says he was a public figure because he used to play basketball. So he was a public figure. Okay. So we would say there, obviously, because they are a public figure, so that was to advertise or promote their brand to increase sales. If you see the name of a famous person, if you know, on a shoe, chances of you buying that shoe are much higher, right? Uh,
ma'am.
yes. Mm-hmm.
And I'm proud to say that I'm a ambassador of All Stars because I've been wearing them since I was 5, 6 years old.
Good Lord. And you still own a pair.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, I also have, I have to say, I have been wearing them since, I don't know, I was 12, I would say. I remember my first was a brown pair. Yes, it was brown. I will proudly say, I know it is a very strange color, but I owned a brown pair. Okay, some had orange and blue. At least
Yeah.
mine was brown. So, yeah. And yeah, so Nesta, you have a question mark. Do you have a question? Yeah, so it's yeah, I think yeah, many people own this type of shoe because I think it's not just for style, but also it is comfortable. I would say very comfortable. I would safely, you know, I would confidently, you know, drive or comfortably rather, you know, drive in them because they're so comfy. So yeah, all right. Uh, we continue then. We continue. So we have 3 minutes. So we'll just finish this page. So how did the music industry make sneakers popular? So that is paragraph 6. So how did the music industry make sneakers popular? So let's go back to paragraph 6. Mm. So what began as a subculture is now universal, and the sneaker industry's growth can be plotted alongside the rise of the music culture. Okay, so let's see. Ah, yes, exactly. Uh, yeah, so so run MDC, you know, yeah, DM, what is it? DMC's track. So my Adidas, obviously, that definitely endorsed the brand. Yeah.
And ma'am,
Yes.
and Run DMC is not a it's not just one person. It's actually a hip hop group.
Mm.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah. So that definitely added to that. Okay. So you know your stuff, huh? You know, I would not know. I would not know. So okay, good. Thank you, Lesedi. Thank you. All right. And then we continue. Okay, we have 2 minutes. We have 2 minutes. So let's quickly do the last one. Choose the correct answer to complete the following sentence. The word coolest, line 28, means, is it calm, trendiest, coldest, or youngest? What is the answer there? A, B, C, or D? I am quite certain that you know that one. So it is definitely B. Thank you, Nesta. Thank you, Lesedi. That is B, trendiest. Okay, who knew that cool would mean such a lot of things? Cool can mean calm, it can mean cold, it can mean trendy, but in this particular case, it is trendiest, right? Yeah. All right, great stuff. Okay, so we will have to leave it there, guys, for today. Yeah, seemingly we never seem to get time to continue with visual text, but we will do a bit of that tomorrow before we start with summaries. Okay. All right. So thank you guys for participating as always, and thank you for waking up. So we will leave it there for today. And remember, if you have any questions, you can just jot them down there. And yeah, so we will catch or just join again, same time, same room tomorrow. So thank you guys for joining and have a wonderful day and all the best as you continue with your lockdown school classes. Ciao, ciao.